Hi, this is Evan Rubin at the Language Acquisition Resource Center, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use PowerPoint to create interactive questions. So let's start by looking at this slide here. On the slide I have a question, click on the object, that is a cloud, and I have some possible answers. Now this works best when you have a multiple choice question like this one. So we have the question, we have the three answers, and we also have an audio I embedded in here that reads the question. So let's take a look and see how it works. So click on the object, that's a cloud, and I'm going to click on it, and it says correct. And I could go to the next question, but I'm going to go back and show you what it looks like when you select incorrect. So I'm going to click on the heart, and it says incorrect, try again. And there's an arrow pointing back, and I'm back here. So what I'm going to show you now how I did that, and in the next tutorial I'm going to create one in front of you, and hopefully you can follow along. But I'm going to show you some of the background things on this. So the first thing I did was I created the question. I thought up a question, and then I have three answers. I used images here for my answers. You can use words also. These are actually just from the drawing tool up here. Here's a star if I wanted to use a star in there. So the first thing to do is create your question and your possible answers. The next thing to do is to duplicate the question 2 times. You need that because, as you see here, the correct slide is actually just another slide, so it's jumping. When you click on the cloud, it jumps to this slide, and I'm going to show you how to do that using hyperlinks. And in the second duplicated, I have the incorrect. So back to hyperlinks. Hyperlinks is the key to creating these interactive questions. To create a hyperlink, and you might think you've heard of hyperlink, and I'm sure you have. Hyperlink, perhaps in an email, turns a web link blue, and when you click on it, it takes you out to a website. Well, this is kind of similar, except when I click on the image, it's not going to take me to a website, it's going to take me to a specific slide. So what you do is you right-click on the image or the word, and you go to Edit Hyperlink or Hyperlink. And you can see here I can make a web page, I can put in a web address here, but in this case I want to shoot it off to the correct slide. So if people choose the cloud, that's correct, so I want them to go to the correct slide. If they choose incorrect, they need to go to slide 5. So you can see that the cloud is going to the correct slide, and the heart is going to the incorrect slide, which is slide 5. Now I'm doing this by right-clicking on the image and going to Edit Hyperlink, or it might just be Hyperlink if you haven't created one yet, and that's going to the incorrect slide. Okay, so again, we first created the question, we duplicated it 2 times, and we made one the correct slide and the second one the incorrect. And then we went back here and we created hyperlinks on the answers. You want the incorrect answers to hyperlink or shoot to the slide that's incorrect, and the correct answer to shoot or go to the correct slide. So in the next tutorial I'm going to create one in front of your very eyes, so don't worry, just try and grasp the concept of hyperlinking and shooting to the correct slide or incorrect slide.